Hey guys, guess who? Python Crash Course, Lesson 20, classes part 2. So last time we did a vector class. That's a more robust definition that can be used for many more things, but I just switched to a point because eventually we're going to create a player class, and I'm going to put the position of the player as a point inside that class. So all I did to this was change A and B to X and Y, and I added a distance method here where you pass in another instance of a point, and then we do just Cartesian distance with, and this notation means it just squares it, raises it to the second power. Okay, so if we're going to create a player class, I'm going to copy our validate JSON and read JSON functions in here. And since we're on this whole class idea, I could leave these out. I could put them in a module and then import them. That's probably even a better idea, but I wanted to show you another type of class in Python. Well, not just in Python. So let's make a class called data, and we're going to make these two methods part of our data class. Okay, now the IDE is complaining because I need to put self in front of each of these, because like down here, remember, self is passed to each method, so anything that is attached to that self variable is available to every other method in the class. And that's kind of what we want. We want data and methods packaged together. However, sometimes we don't want really an instance to package them together. We just want to call some methods to work for us. So just like when we say, math.power, we don't want to create an instance of the math class like m is equal to math, and then we say m dot, that becomes annoying. So one way around that is we make our methods in this data class static. And what that means is now with these static methods, we don't pass self. This class doesn't need a constructor because it's just packaging the methods together like in a nice container. The only problem here now, if I'm going to call valid JSON, it's gonna complain. I don't know where that is because we need to attach data.validJSON to the front of that. Okay, so having said that, let's go down and see if we can get our static class to work. So I have a data folder called just data, and then a file name called player2data. I've got player1data, player2data. So I could say, let's make a path with these two things. Show you another path is equal to os.path.join and data and file name. Okay, this is somewhat equivalent to me going like path is equal to data folder plus file name, right? It's concatenating them. However, you're not always sure if there's leading or trailing slashes, and you don't want to have to clean them up, and that's what this method does, is it will clean all those things up. So no matter if it'll just make it work. So it does a lot of the little string manipulation for you. So we're gonna say print data dot read JSON, and we'll send it path. Let's see what we get. I've been practicing. Why do I say that every time? It's like I'm not trying to hide it. Ooh, none. Ooh, what happened? I had a slash in front of this, and so when we ran it, it basically trimmed it off because it thought it was a folder, and it's not, it's a file. So os.path.join did clean that up correctly. So now that we turned it back into a file, os.path.join makes the complete path. We call data.readJSON with our static members, and so now we've got nice valid JSON data coming in. And we could add more methods, like not just read JSON, but maybe read CSV or read some other file types as well. Alright, that's enough for this one. I will do another one and see you in a minute.